Hey YouTube, this is Thunderwolf89 here again with a Never deck profile on my book deck, which is called Book of Illusions. It's based on, well, it's kind of based on Baha's Book of Illusions on his blog, which I'll link in the bar, or at the bottom or side, whichever one is in. Basically, the deck uses the empty jar engine to draw offset for the deck. Basically, what it does is use the empty jar engine to use Morph Jar to search through the deck for Megamorph and limit removal, then use Summer Illusions to bring out Cyber End to pierce for basically his 4000 double Megamorph to 8000 and put into basically do 60,000 damage piercing. I'll just quickly go through the deck. Using monsters are 2 Giant Rat, 1 Deep Diver, 1 Sangam, 3 Summer of Illusions, 1 Morphine Jar, 1 Glow Up Bulb, 3 AD Changers, 1 Battle Feather. Spells are, which is a lot, Monster Reborn, staple, 3 Book of Moon, 3 Book of Eclipse, 3 Book of Tile, 3 Upstart Goblin, 3 Into the Void, 1 Card Destruction, 2 The Shallow Grave, 2 Magical Stone Excavation, 1 Giant Trunade, 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Megamorph, and 1 Limit Removal. And then the traps are 2 traps done. Just quickly also go about say why each card is here, what it does. Basically, 2 Giant Rats are basically another way to search out Morphing Jar, because basically Morphing Jar is the main draw engine, and Giant Rats are just out quicker. Deep Diva is same as Giant Rat, just to help search out Morphing Jar quicker. Same with Tangan as well. Summer Illusions is the main monster of the deck. Basically, the effect is when it's flipped, basic flip effect, when it's flipped, shoot 1 monster inside as you control as a cost. Special summon 1 monster from your fusion, 1 fusion monster from your fusion deck. Or from your, basically special summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck, and in the end phase, that fusion monster is destroyed. Basically, use to bring out Cyber End, or can bring out Gaia Knight or Fiend Skull Dragon if you want to keep a monster around and aren't ready to OTK. 1 more from Jar, basically engine to basically keep drawing through your cards. Also, will help while setting the secondary win condition of decking your opponent out. You have Glow Up Ball, basically to add synchro options, and also to provide extra tribute fodder for some illusions of cost. You have 3 AD changes to help basically use in the turn you set Morphing Jar or Summon Illusions. Basically, you can use them, basically move from the graveyard to switch a face down Summon Illusions to face up attack, basically flipping it, or Morphing Jar flipping it, activate effects. And 1 Battle Fader. The only reason this is in there is because I traded it for the same day I finished the deck, and I'll probably take out for Never Giant Rat, so I can get more attack, basically avoid more attacks with Giant Rat, and the dual Giant Rat more often, basically. Monster Board, basic staple, special summon out monster, basic tribute fodder for some illusions, or more from jar, so you can just flip it. Balloon, basically just to flip more from jar back down, or some illusions, basically so you can use the effects. Book of Eclipse, a better version of Bahamut in this deck, basically to help mill out as well, basically for a secondary edition, but also to flip all monsters face down. So, like, they got Doom Caliber or something, put it face down, or Thunder King, stop you from adding cards and stuff, or stop you from special. I don't know if it can stop the Cyber Dragon from some illusions, but. And also is the reflip down Morphin Jar and some illusions, basically second Book of Moon. We got Book of Tile, basically just like AD Changer, to use those to the Morphin Jar and some illusions to turn you set. Upstart Goblin, draw power, basically you don't care what life points are, because basically you're just going to turn Cyber End Dragon using limit removal into a 16 to 18,000 attack beast with piercing, which is scary. So it doesn't really matter how many life points. Plus, if you go for if they get rid of your wing, basically those two, or you're not able to anymore due to basically due to original win condition, then you could basically still have. It doesn't matter if you give them life points if you're going to try and deck them out. Into the void is basically more draw power to get through to key cards, to get some of these to or this. Basically extra draw power to get into combo faster, you can get OTK quicker. And basically, it doesn't matter if you discard your entire turn, because you can basically just ditch 80 changes or dead cards. Yeah, 80 changes, glut bulbs to graveyard. Basically them to use. You got card destruction, basically also to help annoy your opponent. Plus, get you in your hand to draw cards to help. Shadow Grave, basically used to get some illusions from off jar face down, so you can then 80 change your book items, activate, get effects off. To MSC, basically use these because sometimes you get dead hands like you get. Basically use your last Book of Tayo or Book of Moon, I should flip my monster down. Then you get like these after you've already got Morphin Jar. Oh yeah, some of these to get Morphin Jar or Glut Bulb or 80 changes, you use them in the graveyard. And you could just dump 80 changes, Glut Bulbs or dead cards to grab pieces of these, basically one of the books or something, just to whatever situation, just to help speed it along. Giant needs to clear your opponent's back row and put these two back in your hand so you can use them same turn because you can't lose your limiter the turn you set, which is annoying. And yeah, basically clear your opponent's back row so you can flawlessly get Cyber to kill and get for game. And Force Barrel just to help just basically send them off from jar if you've got Shadow Grave or 18 or Glut Bulb, whichever one you need. Megamorph, just basically he's used there, just basically this is one of the two, these are the two win conditions. Or main win conditions, basically basically search the deck for these two. Once you have these two and True Need or Shadow Grave, or basically I've set up with these two, basically just True Need, flips on illusion, shoot monster, get Cyberend. If you've got Glut Bulb in there, mill it to get Army Arm, clip that, clip Megamorph, clip that, basically this with an S. Cyberend Dragon on 4,000. Army Arm makes 5,000. This and Megamorph, because it only does original, puts it to 9,000. Then this puts up to 18,000 with piercing and burn, which is scary. And then two traptions just to stop people, just to stop bribes. No, not bribes. Solemn warnings, solemns, bottomless, deep prisons. Basically, just to stop them from using the most dangerous traps to stop you. Down to the fusion deck. You have the 3 Cyber Ends. 2 Gaia Drake, basically he's awesome. Basically his effect is, yeah, basically you can only be so synchro material is Gaia Night Force Earth +1 a non-effect synchro, which you're not going to really use bring out by polymerization anyway. You may bring out by some illusions if you have if you don't want to OTK or can't OTK or anything or have a bad hand. And his effect is this card cannot be targeted by or destroyed by the effects of effect monsters. So basically, your opponent can't Scrap Dragon this, Bryac this, Caius it, Rise it, Black Rose it, Junk Destroyer it, anything. They can't, basically barely any monster at the moment played in played. We probably get Colossal could probably run over this, but only if in both graveyards basically if they have 7 wars, 8 wars in the grave, which the only ones we playing this deck is just 380 change, which you can keep removing from Orphan Jar. So basically your graveyard's barely gonna count, so unless they have 7 or 8 warriors, they're barely gonna get Colossal, and basically not, I don't think even Dark End Dragon can't send this because it targets. Going for a Mistworm can, Scrap Dragon can, Black Rose can, Bryac can. I'm not sure about Canister, but I don't think Canister can kill it because it says it cannot be destroyed by the effects, and the effect of Canister is to kill. So I'm not sure if Canister can get over it. I'm not too sure about that. But then we got Cyber Twin. Just if they're open, you didn't got Battle Fader, you can basically just go. Rather than Cyber End, you basically just go into a 10,800 double attacker. And then we got Fiend Skull, basically, I put him in here just because it stops Raikou, stops some illusions from killing it, stops basic flip effects. And then we got Armor. Well, I haven't got this in here, but normally with these 8, I've got 7 spaces left. And that's one Armor, forming the Synchron, Scrap Dragon, Stardust Dragon, Bryonac. I think there were Ever Fusion monsters, can't remember which they were. I was going to put Destiny and Dragoon in for a bit burn. But yeah, basically it'd be 2 formulas, just in case I can make it and stuff. And because it's extra draw power. 2 army arms, Bryonac, Stardust, and Scrap Dragon, because they're the most useful ones. Like Scrap Dragon to try to prevent some cards, Stardust to protect your back row, which you might be setting because of Into the Void, and Bryonac just to clear the field for when you go to the cyber end, and Army Arm to give it a bit boost. Yeah, this is basically base. Basically, the idea was from Bahamut, Book of Illusion deck and UCG, which you can probably find. I'll link to it. Put a link in the box. I'll also put the deck box in it. The deck list, sorry, and a link to the blog where I got it from, the post. But it's kind of edited. It's not exactly the same. It's not proper. It's not net decked. It's just the idea. I like the idea, but turn it into my style. Plus, it's more. It's got more of the empty jar engine, and also, again, if you check out Pusey's channel, which is like, this is kind of, I don't think it's in the chat, but basically if you check out Pusey's channel, he filmed my duel against the Frog Monarch deck, where, not gonna spoil it, just you can watch it, but it should have on there my Frog Monarch duel, where, just to show you, basically, to kind of show you how I run it, and how easy it is to put how consistent and easy it is to put it off. You get basically you kind of get a bad hand 10% of the time, and you get a god. Basically, you get a bad hand 10% of the time, a god hand about quarter of the time, maybe just less, and then most of the rest of the time, about 65% of the time, you have a decent hand which you can still OTK and stuff from. But when you have god hand, you can OTK first, second turn. If you have comments, add them in. If you want the deck list, as I said, it'd be in the box. If you've got any suggestions of what else you want to try out, I'll listen and I'll play back. Rate, comment, and subscribe, and cheers.